Hello and welcome to the Compagnons program, subtopic Mindset, and the topic of this week is how to escape from negative people.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one, that's why it's also the last one of the month, so to say. And talking about negative people, there are different categories of them.
Absolutely.
So coming from the ones where you can escape fastly, and the others, so going more down where it's more difficult. So the one category you can really escape fastly are friends.
Definitely. Yeah. So friends, of course, often, you've known them for a while, there's quite a degree of intimacy, you share things, and it's easy, of course, because you can always change your surrounding, you can always decide who you want to spend time with, but it's only easy when you actually are aware of it. So sometimes it takes a while, and this is also speaking from the heart, until you actually realize that meeting up with certain people, the time might fly by, but then if you reflect on the 2 hours you might have spent in a cafe, you actually feel drained afterwards, that you have been added onto or given so much more crap, so to say, that was none of your business, it doesn't give you anything. Maybe you didn't even get time to share your issues you have, it's just a one-way street of negativity, and this might be even building up between you. So at the end of the day you realize there's not much, not actually what you actually should take from friendship, and this is only speaking from experiences. It's hard, and it doesn't have to be a total cut, but to be honest and frank and just changing your direction, your awareness to people who you feel empowered after you leave, that is definitely the right crowd to go to, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely it is. And the next category of people where you could escape, maybe escape is a hard word for that, but those of you who are surrounded by all the negative people, they will agree that escape is the right word for that. The other category, these are your colleagues. So these are the people you are seeing more often than your family or friends. Because if we are honest with each other, we are spending so much time at work or working, especially when you are an employee, you are surrounded by your colleagues more often than by your friends or your family. And if you have colleagues who are like happy with the unhappiness and just complaining and telling all the time how bad it is, that nothing is working in this job, that they are just pissed off of everything, and you are coming into the office with a really good mood, and then you see the people and they start talking, and then you see how your mood is going down. So these are like the vampires in the offices. They are taking your positive energy, then you are also sometimes starting to question yourself and saying, well, see, maybe they are right, and this is like a bad atmosphere, this is a bad company, this is a bad job. So, but if you don't feel like that, so stay in your positive mood and figure out who the vampires are in your office surrounding. And it is in your hand how far you allow them to influence you. So you can decide with whom you are going out for lunch, you can decide how long you are talking to somebody, and if you have such a person sitting next to you in the office, talk to your manager and see if you could maybe move to another desk, or really trying to eliminate the contact to a minimum. So,
or change the job altogether, you can always go down this road.
Also possible, yeah, of course, it's all in your hand and you have the choice, so nobody is forcing you to stay where you are right now when you are not happy. So these two are the easy parts of escaping from negative people. Now we are coming to the more, let us say, complicated to escape because emotions are involved. And to start with a partner, so your spouse.
Oh yeah. So of course, after all, the exposure you have externally, coming home from work, coming back from wherever, you come home, you want to share your story, you want to refuge? What's that safe space? Refugium.
Refugium, yeah.
That's Latin, that sounds posh, let's stick with it.
A cozy place where you
Cozy
want
place,
to
yeah, where you can be yourself, where you are not judged anymore, where you are not eyed critically, where you can simply relax, shut down, and then if you want to, also that there's someone home that really supports you, that you can share your dreams, your wishes, also vent your problems, but then also moving on and especially look into the same direction. This is the ideal definition of a partnership. And I probably would say that most people have that when they start their relationship initially. Because otherwise, why would you be in a relationship in the first place? But then time goes by, things happen, people go in different directions, things turn out differently. Often then it is late for one to realize that actually things have changed, that it's not the same relationship anymore, and that only because it's got your name on the doorbell, or because you pay the rent, or you even pay the mortgage, does not mean that this is your home and your safe space. And that's really a tough one to tackle. But as this is the place where you should be relaxed and where you should recharge, it is one of the utmost things to have a space free of negativity, and that's also why you should escape from an environment.
That's right. And as you said, the safe space where you can be the person you are, but still the partner you can choose. But there's something, so the last category you cannot choose, and this is family. So your parents or your brothers and sisters, so this category of people you cannot choose. You are born into it, you are raised with them, of them, from them, and you are still having them all around you. And if you have a family who is absolutely negative and who is taking your energy, it doesn't matter what you do, they are not approving your chosen job, they are not approving your partners, they are not approving anything what you're doing, or just questioning everything what you are telling them, or any action you are doing is a big but, or why, or you shouldn't. And this is taking so much energy. And then you start also again to question yourself, because these are the people you know from the first minute of your life, and those people are not empowering you. And when this was like a big circle, and could be a different psychological study about that, but really to escape, it's in most of the cases not possible. But you can kind of control the level of influence and the level of contact. So you could maybe reduce your contact to your parents to once a week or once a month, where you see each other personal. Or you can establish rules where they can contact you or not contact you. And even family events like Christmas, which was just corner behind us, or any other celebrations, you can control, it's under your control how long are you staying there, how much of information do you give to your family about your life, about your career, about your partnerships, about your hobbies, about whatever, where you see that you receive this negative impact and this negativity in general. So really to handle the negativity of the family is one of the most challenging things in the topic of how to escape from negative environment. But we can only encourage you to take your life under your control. So be the captain of your life, as I always say, and really take it to the level where you feel safe and where you feel comfortable with, because you are a grown-up person and independent, and you can do it or allow people to come into your life until the level you want them to be there, even if it's family. Yeah, so
yeah, tough topic, and a lot of valuable input, also a lot of theoretical. Maybe at the end we should share a bit of our experience, maybe out of those 4 groups, and maybe just give example of a situation where we think, or just share how we handle it, and then it's of course for you to judge whether this is a road you'd also go down, and please feel free to comment also in our comment box here. You want to start, shall I?
Oh, you should.
I should start. Maybe it's a moment to think so I'll start. I was working in a work environment where I was not empowered in the way I should have been, and for long I didn't realize it because I was given feedback. This was on the negative side, but then I thought, okay, well, negative feedback is also good to improve, because then you really sit down, you try to improve, you look at it from a different angle if you do it the next time. Which was definitely true, and for a time it was okay. But then I started to reflect, and also, I got other feedback from other people. I saw myself on camera, and then I started to reflect and say, well, maybe this was just not feedback to help me improve. Maybe this was feedback to keep me on a low base, so that I wouldn't, become one of those high flyers and, demand better positions and more money in the end. And when I realized this and just oriented myself towards different people, also relied more on external feedback, I still love to get feedback, but just from the people that I thought would have a better motive than to keep me down. Then things started to change, and this is also, I think, why I'm here today and also self-employed. Not because I do not get along with other people, I didn't like my colleagues. No, because I realized that I have to surround myself with the people that I just can take most value out, and that if they're with me, they have good motives, they have clear motives, and they just are open and transparent. And this is what I from now on want from every contact I have in my life, to be fair.
That's, this is what you deserve, and this is what everybody deserves. A story from my life. So when we started our journey with Malish and with being self-employed, or the steps to get to the self-employment, and especially so at the end of the year you start reflecting and also kind of figuring out, okay, who is still in your life or who is gone. I had to realize that a lot of friends, where I thought these are my real friends and that I will never lose them because they will be like a rock behind me, they are not. And this was also the place or the stage for me to say, okay, well, I do not have great feedback, I do not have the right empowerment, and I do not have the right conversations with those people who were so important to me 1.5 years ago, but they absolutely do not understand me right now because I have developed in another way than they have developed themselves. And this was like a point for me to say, okay, well, it was great that you have been in my life. I will always appreciate it to have had you in my life, but now it's time to go different steps. Maybe in a few years it will be back again, that something happens and we will be bonded again, but for the time being we do not have positive impact on each other. And really to have the courage as well, and also to keep it for yourself and saying, okay, well, let it go and see what happens. It's also a learning. It's also a learning. It's tough, honestly, but it's a learning, and only if you can make this cut and make the steps, you can go further. So that's why we encourage all of you to think about the people around you and figuring out who has positive impact on you and who has negative impact on you, and if it's possible to eliminate the negative and surround yourself only with empowering and like-minded people, which will bring you to the next level in your career or in your business.
Then really do it, and this all links into mindset. See you next time. See you for the next topic in about a week.